what should we do again with this data here? We could see that for some states here it has an additional letter or character here, such as state is just we need, but from here it does not have. For all other cells it does not have this. We will need to get a void of this S. In order to do that, let's just create one simple insert blank row here and one column here from the left, this kind of helper column here, and I will just use or try to use the flash fill functions in order to get rid of this S. Let's see, will it work for us? Let's first, how should we use it? New, after printing the cell value, which is located on the left, York. I'll click enter and click on the flash fill function. I will see that it has extracted all these names correctly up to this point, up to the blank row here. And what should I do now? Either I can, instead of this flash fill function, I have another way of doing it, because sometimes flash fill function will not work with for this kind of cells. If it had lots of spaces here, I will just delete them here and try to use the function here, because function is more secure and they allow us to make work correctly. We will type in, what should we type in here? If function. Let's just type in if function. First, logical test. What should I put here? This one, or let's do it with the left function. This one, text, and find. What should we find? We should find the space here. If this S was equal for all these cells, we could just write S as a delimiter, but for us this S is changed by this sign here. That's why it will not, it can't be our delimiter. Close it, left, and find this one, and within this text, and click enter. You will see it has extracted these names based on these values. But we have a problem here, because some of our cities does not have S here. What should we do in that case? In that case, we could just add the function name here, if error function. If error function, open the scope, and after that we will just, after all of our scopes inside of this function, we will put the function, or we will put the cell name itself, this one. In this case, what will it do? If there is an error in this column, it will print the column's values itself, not the error. And close it. Click enter. If I drag it down here, yes, it has extracted it correctly. I will double click it here and fill in all the rows correctly. And now I will press Ctrl+Shift and up arrow here, Ctrl+C, and I will select this range here and paste its values here. Keep in mind that always you should, if you have a function here, you will have to paste its values. Otherwise, if you delete this column, all its values will be gone, but we don't want it. And delete this. Okay, we have solved it too. And now what we have here, we have a profit here. This one, let's see what is its format. Always try to do it number. If you want to get rid of these digits, you could do it right now. Conditional formatting is also a very useful tool. You could just select the column itself and highlight it like based on these data bars like this one. It just selects the maximum amount, and based on that amount visualize the bars. You could see that the maximum, it is clearly visible that the maximum is 0.8 for all of these rows, and based on that it will correlate the other amounts here. What we have more here, we use also conditional formatting for, let's give a new rule here. We want to just highlight all the cells that contain specific data here. Let's say I want to highlight all the cells that contain the art here. On that case, I will have to format only cells that contain. Click on this one, and here I will have to click on the specific text containing, let's see, write it here, art. You could write art manually, or you could just click a cell here. I just have written it manually. After that, you will go to format. First, you will just fill in its font size, and then you will fill its background like this one. Click OK, click OK again. You could see that it has highlighted all the data, all the cells that have the art value in its cells. Okay, what we have more? We have the review spelling function here. In order to be sure that your data is accurate or has not some grammar issues, you will just click on these ones. For example, let's see, I have spelling errors. Where could I have the spelling errors? In the category, let's say spelling errors. You could see it has no suggestions for me right now, but it has a suggestion here like this one, but it has printed that no suggestion. Just let's not in dictionary ignore once. Let's just ignore this because it does not have the suggestion for this one. You could see that it has a suggestion for this one, technology. Instead of this, we could just, it suggests to correlate it to technology, gun, and this one, office suppliers, yes, supplies, furniture, it changed to furniture, yes, this one, and yes, spell check complete. You are good to go. We have already we have almost finished the correlation here in this column. We could do it in for all columns here, but I don't want to spend the time for it. You could do it on your own here. What we have more? Okay, let's delete this row because we have created purposely. And now let's say that we want to replace something here, like all of the consumer or the United States. We want to make it uppercase here, not the one but all of them. How should we do that? We should just click on the ctrl+f and find the United States here, United States, and after clicking finding all, you will see and make it match case because we want to change the match case of it. You could see that we have plenty of rows here. If we want to just replace this one to uppercase, we could just click on the replace and write like that, United States, and click on replace all. It will replace all of your cells. You could see 9,994 rows to the uppercase. This one is a very useful tool when you want to work with large data. You could just replace all of them at once. Also, we could use the trim function here. Let's see that we have the spaces here between this one, and you could see that here we have a spaces, this one. but we want to get out of all of this. In order to get out of this, we already know that trim function would work. This one, close the bracket and click enter. It will just delete all the spaces around your data, around your text. Here click up to the end, and here you could just select this column, copy, and click on its values here instead of this one, and just write the category again. After pasting its values, just write the category here and delete this column. This one is also very useful to know. You already know the calculations. We have gone and explained this summing for all the functions that calculates, multiplies it. And what we have more here, nothing. I think that our data looks very good. We are ready for visualizing it. We could just clear this formatting here if you want. Clear rails from selected rails, and from here we could clear it again. And here we are ready to go. In the next lessons we will just visualize this data. We will create a simple dashboard and explain how does pivot table works, and I see that lesson will be interesting for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.